So Elon Musk says Japan will lose almost 1 million people this year. This demographic inevitability was set in motion half a century ago and has nothing to do with AI. AI is the only hope for turning this around. Yes, please. Please, our AI technocratic gods, please save us. Please, OpenAI, if you can hear me. Please, GPT, if you can hear me, save me. Save me from our own demise, from humans going extinct because we're not having children, we're not breeding, we're not having families. We have no communities, we have no... we have nothing. We have no money. Our money is just being robbed from us. AI will help you, I guess, apparently, from what Elon says. I don't know how that's going to be the case. Japan's population falling with 900,000 more deaths than births in 2024. How would AI solve this? Realize it's like, no, he never expounds. Why don't you expound? Why don't you make a fucking argument, dude? You're just saying that. AI is going to save us. I realize you cannot trust these people at all. What they say is absolute. They don't give a shit. I actually think they understand that. I actually think these people know that your words have a predictive kind of meaning to them. That they're the contents of your mind, and your mind moves your body, it moves your will. And I think they know that that's the case. When you look back on historical figures, right? You can a lot of them you can see what they were thinking, and you can see, how it led up to that. Oh, okay, I see. Mein Kampf, right? You go read Mein Kampf. I've never read it, but like you read that, it's like you can see, what direction he wanted to go. You read the Communist Manifesto. You can see what direction they wanted to go, and I think they know that. So they don't say anything of value. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel. We watched the Peter Thiel Antichrist video. He was just nothing. What he said in that video, in that interview, made any sense.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would
He was just saying shit, but it was absolutely contrary to how he operated and what he does. If you say it, if you write it down, people will see where your mind's at. So just say and write what you think people want to hear. Like this. AI is the only hope for turning this around. Yeah, people like hope. Yeah, I like hope. I like turning things around. But ultimately, I don't think that's the reason at all. I don't think what is the reason? What is his reason? Elon, what is your reason for why the demographic collapse is happening? Not just with white people. Clearly, everybody except for sub-Saharan Africa and like Israel. Well, even Israel, I don't even know. What are the birth rates of Israel? If we go off of this map, the fertility rate 1.6. You need at least 2 to sustain, right? That's 1 for the mom and 1 for the dad. That's 2 kids you need. You need 3 for growth. That's 1 for you, 1 for the mom, 1 for the dad, and then 1 extra. Let's see, 1.3, 1.6, 1.0. China's at 1.0. So it's literally, okay, Bolivia's sustaining, Paraguay's sustaining, Guyana. So basically it is just sub-Saharan Africa, Mali, Niger, Chad. I mean, even then it's Nigeria. Okay. It's sub-Saharan Africa. Let me see. Let's see. Where's Israel? 2 points. So they're just sustaining. Almost. They'll probably get that up to 3 at some point. Afghanistan, Pakistan. So really it's like the pattern I see is actually the opposite of what Elon said. What I see is any technologically advanced society has low birth rates. I don't even want to say first world necessarily, because I don't know if Mexico's first world, but they're probably pretty technologically advanced. They probably have phones and computers and internet, right? Brazil, same thing. Peru, Chile. I mean, all these countries probably have. Really, it's like, okay, so there's probably places in Africa that probably don't have much technology. They're living in huts and shit. Like the pattern to me would be like generally, the more technological growth you have, the less your fertility rate's going to be. But then we have Elon saying, well, this set in motion half a century ago. It has nothing to do with AI. Well, what happened half a century ago? It's like, well, we started to raise the standards around the world. People started to have food and water. Technology became more rampant. Feminism, that's another thing. and the internet in the 90s. I mean, it's just been continuously, it's just been a continual rate. And I almost feel like there's a spiritual aspect to it. When you have that kind of need or the inner desire to do, to act, to be, to work, right? These things, when you feel like you're a contributing member, I think you feel more willing to contribute in other ways. Maybe with day-to-day people, you might feel you want to, I don't know, give to the homeless or something, right? If you're somebody who feels like you don't matter and you don't care and nobody cares about you, I feel like you're going to be less willing to want to do that for other people. And I think you're going to be less willing and have less of an inclination to have kids and send yourself into the future. So that's basically what having kids is you're replicating yourself for the future. But if you in this current time are like, man, I hate this, I hate myself, I hate everybody, I don't have a place in this world, I don't have meaning, there's no meaning, the meaning crisis, my God, the meaning crisis. You're not going to feel like, well, I'm going to have kind of a longer outlook of not only my life, because people throw away their lives all the time, eating DoorDash and drinking their problems away, and the weed, the pills. The meaningless in their own lives is occurring, but also it's the meaningless of life and the future lives that could be had. And I think technology has done nothing but amplify that to the 10th degree, because everything can do your job for you. AI is just going to ramp it up even more. AI can do everybody's job better than they can. And it will get to that point where that is the case. I also think that we think a little too much too. That's another element to this. There is no nature, the natural way of things that's occurring. Everything is created, constructed. Everybody's on birth control, right? That's a technology that happened in the 50s, 60s, around there, right? And we're not just allowing the natural processes to happen. We're trying to rid ourselves of our humanity. We're trying to use all the elements that we can muster to rid ourselves of any responsibility. Nope, not it, not me. I'm not doing it. That's not me. I don't want to do that. To just live in cushy comfort. And why would you have kids, right? That's a freaking crazy responsibility. Holy, I'm not going to do that. Birth control, I'm not doing that. And everything is so orchestrated and it's tailored and it's calculated, clinical. And that's what the first world's like. Everything's clinical. But it's not, it's not calculated in a way that's like, I have a vision for what I want for the future, because people have no real reference or understanding or meaning that they impose on their lives, that they think, okay, this is how I want it to be. This is the archetype that I'm embodying, that I want my life to be. It's just nothing. And when you have nothing, what do you base it on? You fall back to your primal kind of safety, security, comfort, stagnation. Peter Thiel, stagnation, hello. That's what you want to talk about, stagnation? This is causing it, bud. I think that's absolutely what's happening. And you look at Africa, let's pull that up again. Africa, highest rates of fertility rates. It's like, they don't have much technology. They don't have much of this crap. They're not sitting around, they don't have all their problems solved for them to where they can sit around and theorize and think about feminism or whatever the hell. They feel probably a sense of purpose. There's probably tribes in Africa that feel a sense of purpose every day when they wake up. I gotta go get water. I gotta go hunt a buffalo or whatever the hell. And there's no time to think. There's no time to sit. There's no time to live in comfort. It is just the now. It is the natural order of how they are. They're just doing. I don't know how this is gonna end up. I don't know this story, how this story ends. But this looks bad. I mean, in my life, South Korea might not even be a thing anymore. Literally 1.7. South Korea might not, we fought a war. Let's not forget, we fought a war for South Korea. And it might not even be a thing anymore in my lifetime. And if North Korea, which they could, in a kind of command economy, kind of fascist kind of dictatorship, they could force people to have kids. And then eventually just consume South Korea, and it's just North Korea yet again. We're back to North Korea. Or I'm sorry, just Korea. It's just one thing. But it's taken by the people who have the ability to procreate and to have kind of a long-term outlook on things. Not just my life, but my kids' lives and their kids' lives. And we're taking ourselves into the future And partially, I don't even know well, Korea would do it with an iron fist, but in the West, we used to do it based off of Christian values that we are divine. We have an ounce of divinity in us. We are made in the image of God, and that children were a blessing and children were good. And those things would propel us. That would be the ideal. That would be the idea we had behind why we were even getting up in the first place, why we were doing anything, our meaning of life, why we had kids, to further that ideal, the divine ideal. That's what we need. That's what we need to get back to. And that was a choice you made. That was a choice, and it gave us a choice to choose. It wasn't a dictator like North Korea, but people have been choosing due to, I think, propaganda and comfort, the alternative, the wrong choice. So I don't know where this story's going to go, but it's not good, not looking good, people. Elon, he's not wrong that Japan was going to lose 1 million people, but this is wrong. This is wrong. AI's has nothing to do with it, guys. AI just came out last year. I just started AI. It's got nothing to do with it. Don't blame me. No, but your ilk definitely has something to do with it. The atheistic, materialistic technocrats absolutely have something to do with it. Dissident West, guys. I'm part of the Dissident West. I'm 14. AI will make this infinitely worse, LOL. Getting rid of human sense of purpose by replacing them with machines is never going to fix the fertility rate crisis, LOL. It would exacerbate it. Absolutely. It will exacerbate it tremendously. I agree. It's going to make it even worse. What if AI produces massive abundance and human sense of purpose changes from creating wealth to creating/raising more humans? Interesting. That could be interesting if that was the if the elites wanted that, if the people pulling the strings wanted that. I don't even think they want that though. I think they're completely content with you paying your taxes and fucking off and dying. Go die in a hole. And we're gonna garnish your estate. It's good to be optimistic, but I just point to the lack of evidence that suggests it will work out this way. When humans aren't needed for things anymore, civilization collapses. At least that's what history shows, yeah. And just what this is showing. I mean, I think that's absolutely, people have the least sense of purpose, the most meaninglessness that they've ever experienced, and we're having the least amount of kids probably ever. We don't even, that's the thing. It's like, people talk about World War III. We don't need no fucking World War III, people. We're killing ourselves. What do we need to start a world war for? We don't need that shit. He doesn't want humans to succeed. He wants to build our replacement. He's not on our side. I agree. I think that is what's happening. You need us to kind of die off, and then you can use that as a justification and say, well, we need these automated robots to take over, because how else are we gonna keep things running smoothly for the people who are here? But it's like, you're missing the point, dude. Running things smoothly, when we're all gone, I mean, what the fuck's gonna happen? Oh, you and your ilk, your 50 children, Elon, you're gonna walk around with a white robe on as a silicon sage with all the automation, everything's being created around you, and it's just you and your children and their children, and that's it. You are gonna recreate the world in your image. Great. Normalizing birth control is evil. Even people who don't understand the spiritual and philosophical evil of it are seeing the practical effects. I agree. And that's a technology. So that proves my point. That's what I'm talking about. That's a technology. I think even feminism is kind of a technology in a way. Like like these ideas we come up with that are new revolutionary kind of ways of thinking and doing. Like I'm saying, we have so much time to sit around and think and discuss and argue. It's like that in of itself is kind of a technology where we're now thinking of things differently, and we're utilizing women differently than we were 200 years ago. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you said earlier it's not technology. I don't think tech causes it. I think you're right. I don't think tech causes it, but I think the kernels behind what tech means cause it. So like the kernels of competition and materialism and even individualism, these kinds of things, these things cause it. These things cause technology, therefore cause spiritual decay and meaninglessness. If we think of everybody as kind of a economic individual unit, and your idea of the future is based on that, well then you're going to try and market and sell to people And what is that? That is alleviating people of problems. You buy whatever, I mean, anything. It's alleviating you of a problem. I'm selling to you because you have a problem. Here's the solution. This is the ultimate goal. Well, ultimately, we're going to get to a point, we're going to get to a roadblock where we're going to go, wait a minute, why can't I just alleviate humanness in general? Because that is a problem. Life is suffering, right? What does the Buddha say? Life is suffering. Why don't I just get rid of all this together, all together? It's not just the particulars, it's the whole thing, throwing the whole thing out. And that's from the kernels. That's where it grows to. Tech is not bad. You're right. Technology is not bad. I agree. I don't even think AI is really bad, as much as I harp on it. I don't think it's bad at all. But the people running it, I think, believe a lot of the shit I'm talking about. And I think that they are leading us towards that cliff. Absolutely. And it really just what is the bend here? What are we doing this for? What is the telos? I wrote a whole paper on that, like the telos of America, but even the telos of humanity as a whole. What are we doing here? What are we gearing ourselves towards? We're just competent to be the best, to be number one. Number one at what? Money, GDP, power, military might. Like, what are we doing this for? I feel like we're running on a treadmill here, and it doesn't really guide us towards anything. It has to be rooted in something better. It has to be rooted in something greater. It has to be rooted in humanity, in Jesus Christ, in God, in the soul. Yeah, I believe AI isn't intrinsically evil. I think it can be used for good or ill. I mean, dude, I use it. Everybody uses it. Like, you type in something on Google, it comes up with the AI thing of it collected the data and it told you. I think that's fine. That works. I think that's efficient. But efficiency and data is not the only thing. It's not our telos. It should be make things efficient for humanity. So then humanity would be the telos. Efficiency is not the telos. And if we're going to sit here and say, well, the efficiency is pushed towards an end that's resulting in the downfall of humanity, well, then we should retool it and be like, wait a minute, maybe this isn't the right move.